Hello you gorgeous donuts. Influencers are getting more out of touch by the day, and today we're going to react to the worst of them. As this video goes on, I feel like the influencers are going to get more out of touch, so make sure that you're buckled up. Okay, so first up we have an ex-Love Islander who says she would feel embarrassed to get a 9-to-5 job now.
I will be looking for a job soon, but I'm planning on moving to Australia, so I think I would feel like more a year post show. I don't know if it comes with like a little bit of embarrassment of like looking for a normal 9-to-5 job. So I feel like if I do a move to Australia, go on the other side of the world and maybe find one over there, I might feel a bit more better about it.
I feel like that's the only reaction to that. Some commentary just... My body just cringed when I heard her say that. Because she's insinuating that having a 9-to-5 job is embarrassing. Like, that's basically what you're saying here. Like, if you had to do that, you would feel embarrassed. What I think she's trying to say, like, in her head, the way she's justifying it, is because she didn't become an influencer off Love Island, that it's embarrassing going back to having a job. And in reality, it's not at all. Because if your sole intention was the right intention of going on Love Island to find love, if you come off the show and you don't find love, or you do find love, either is great, but you know, you're not really expecting to have a career off it. The only way that you would feel embarrassed to go back to working a job is because you thought that you would be a full-time influencer from going on Love Island. And that's why I haven't even watched Love Island this year, because this just clearly shows why people go on that show. It's not actually to find someone, it's to launch a potential influencer career. And it just makes the entire thing just seem fake and orchestrated. It's also just a funny statement to say, yeah, I just feel too embarrassed to get a 9-to-5, so I'm just gonna fly to Australia and just get a job there. Like, they also do have 9-to-5 jobs in Australia as well. Like, it's just going to be the same. I imagine a lot of Australians watch Love Island UK as well. So I feel like she's trying to justify reasons in her head why Australia's better than the UK. In reality, I feel like they're just the same. Also, it is like a pretty huge privilege to be able to just move to Australia and just, you know, figure it out over there. I think this is why people are getting more and more pissed off with especially like influencers, like Instagram influencers, Love Islanders, because they often like subtly mock their audience who work 9-to-5 jobs. They do it all of the time, but without even realizing. Like, I believe this woman is called Patsy. Like, I watched her on her season. She seemed like, you know, she seemed really nice, but she went out quite early. So obviously, like, you're probably not going to do the best because you're just having not that much screen time. So it wouldn't be embarrassing anyway to get a job, but it definitely wouldn't be embarrassing being one of the first people to be voted off. People would be like, yeah, that makes sense. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but also, like, why wouldn't you want a job, like a stable income, and then you can just create like some extra income doing influencing? Like, influencing, you have so much free time. All you really do is like film a video for a brand or a photo. Like, most of them are just photos. Like, they take no time at all. You should just use this as like supplementary income rather than, like, you know, having to rely on it, which a lot of people do. And, you know, this is one thing that not many people realize. A lot of like influencers on Instagram are actually really broke and have like hardly any money, but they often get gifted trips and get gifted a lot of things, so it makes it look like they've actually got loads of money. It's such a weird industry, like such a, like, it's so fabricated, it's so strange.
Buying houses to live in is where people...
Oh, not this bloke. Not this bloke. From one Love Islander to another. I always get this bloke's TikToks and they're always just the worst advice ever.
Buying houses to live in is where people go wrong in life. So what happens when people get a little bit of money saved up? Society teaches us this to think, okay, what should we do with this money? Oh, well, let's buy a house. This is what you should do. So they'll save a pot of money up, let's say £20,000, and they'll put a 10% deposit down in a house. So they've got 20k saved, and they get a house for 200k. Oh, hey, amazing! Everyone celebrates, which, you know, it's good. You got a house, yeah. But you've now spent all the money that you have saved up. That money, that pot of money that you had, you should have invested that in yourself. Pay a mentor, get an ecom course, do something to better yourself, which is going to generate you an income. People don't do that. They put the money into the house.
This is like how this is like, I'm realizing, like, just being self-aware here, that I have a microphone in front of us right now and I have no qualifications for this, but some people more than others, and I'm looking at someone very specific right now, shouldn't have a microphone in front of themselves, especially if they're in the like self-help / advice kind of niche. Like, I don't give you any advice at all, right? Normally I'm just like, you know what, you do you, and if you enjoy my videos, watch my videos. But if you're actually telling people what they should do with their money, surely you need some form of like education to do this. For some reason, people like this who have made, you know, like, have been successful, have actually made a good living for themselves off their own I say off their own back, he was on Love Island and stuff, but you know what I mean. They all have this idea that because they've become like an entrepreneur, that everybody else should become an entrepreneur. And the reality of it is that most people wouldn't be happy being like a business owner or self-employed. Like a lot of people glamorize being a business owner as this amazing thing, and it is. You get like the freedom and you get, you know, to make your own choices. You don't have a boss, but the stresses that come with that isn't for everyone. Yet these people make out as if it's a breeze and you should just put your money there and it'll all be safe. Putting your money in a house is a really good thing to do because that's going to gain money over years and years, and also you get to do whatever you want with the house. You don't have to pay off someone else's mortgage, you pay it off your own mortgage. That's a good thing. It shouldn't be told that it's not. And it's a huge achievement. Like a lot of people will go through their entire life without ever having the chance to buy a house. So if you are like lucky enough to work hard to get a house, that's a huge achievement that you should be proud of. Shouldn't be put down by people like this. God, that was a rant. I'm ranting now. Rant Cam's out. That's a terrible name. I'm not going to change the channel name of that. Rant Cam. This doesn't have a ring to it at all. Camrant though. Camrant. No, that sounds like some sort of like worldwide pandemic disease. Oh, I've got the Camrant. Have you? You're joking. Oh, well, it was nice knowing you. Like, if you've got 10k saved up and, you know, you were ready to, you know, buy a house, do not put that in an e-commerce course. Whatever you do, do not do that, okay? That's my financial advice. I'm telling you. If your message is on Instagram, Gold Cam, I've done it, I'm going to be looking at you different. I'm going to be like, wow, what a silly donut they are. They're not a gorgeous donut. They're a silly donut.
So now, yes, you've got a house to live in, which is great, but you've also now got a debt of 180k that you're paying off for the next 25 years. Not only are you in debt, you also now can't save because all your money goes on bills, and you're now stuck because that house is sitting there and you've got 25 years to pay that house off. If you just wake up one day and think, oh, you know what, I want to go to Dubai, I want to go and move to Dubai, I want to go and move to Bali, you can't do it. There's so many obstacles in the way.
Yes, because, you know, 99.9% of the population wake up every single day and go, you know, I fancy moving to Dubai or Bali today. Not everybody has the facilities to do this. Who is this person spending most of his time with where everyone can just one day go, yeah, I'm just going to move to Dubai. You know, one of the most expensive places on earth. Even if people didn't have a mortgage, they probably wouldn't have the money to be able to move there. Like, your advice isn't feasible for everyone like you say it is. You're speaking to normal people here, but normal people can't do the things that you're saying they should do without having a mortgage. I just see videos like this all of the time, and I just think, like, these people must spend most of their time obviously with people who are as wealthy as them. Like, this seems like the circles they kind of work in, so they kind of forget what it's like to not be in this kind of circle and what it's actually like to, you know, just for normal people to live every single day. It's so frustrating, and sometimes I think, do they do this for rage bait? When it's videos like this, I'm like, no, they genuinely actually believe this to their core. Oh, are they going in the bin bags for a Chanel bag? Oh my god, they're setting the tripod up. Oh my god. Right. This one, obviously, I can imagine the comments are giving it so much hate. I don't think it's that bad. But I am conflicted if she's not hurting anyone. Okay, if this is what makes her happy and she's posting this to Instagram and this fulfills her in some way, then fair enough. Okay, like, she's not actually hurting anyone. But on the flip side of that, it still feeds into my earlier point where social media is kind of fake and you're kind of alluding to yourself being very wealthy, which if you post that and brag about that, that's going to make your audience probably feel a bit worse about their life. So really, this kind of has a negative impact on a lot of people. Like, I know definitely when, like, I had no money at all, when I used to see people kind of flex, and it used to make us, like, especially my age, I used to be like, oh, well, I'm literally just, like, useless. Like, what is the point? So I'm kind of conflicted, but I guess, you know, it's definitely up for debate, this one. It's just so funny that she's waiting until they've put the bins out, though. Especially, like, she's in a cool outfit as well. Oh, you could have just went in and bought, like, I don't know, what's, like, the cheapest thing in Chanel? I have no idea. I've never been in. Have they not got, like, an air freshener for your car? I've got no idea. Yeah, how much are Chanel? What even is Chanel? Does Chanel do socks? I mean, you know something's expensive when they don't even put the price on the socks, man. Why are you gatekeeping the price of your socks? Bloody hell, that's probably a mortgage just in them socks. Anyway.
So I have been putting in some serious hours this year trying to get brand sponsorships for festivals because festivals are f***ing expensive, and if you had the tools to go to festivals for free, you would utilize them to the best of your ability as well. Okay, I can't even tell you how many brands I've reached out to this year for like Coachella and Stagecoach. I would say close to 100 brands I've reached out to, and I have like different pitches for everyone. I don't just copy and paste the same message when I'm like outreaching to brands for festivals. I customize it to them. I come up with different ideas depending on the brand. So each like pitch that I make is custom.
You know, I just I really like draft up like really niche specific emails for every single brand. I make sure when I copy and paste things to like change the name. I make sure to like copy their addresses in as well. I'm really niche and specific with it. I put loads of hard work into my cold emails actually.
I've been working really hard at this because festivals are expensive, and I don't get handed to me, okay? A lot of the influencers that go to festivals for free, brands are just in their email like, we want to send you to Coachella. I don't get that. I have to reach out to the brands myself and beg.
Life's hard, love. Life's so hard. Like, imagine, you know, having to reach out to the brands yourself with a niche email as well. What? Some people have it so hard. God, I feel terrible for worrying about my problems now after watching this. Brands aren't reaching out to send out to Coachella for free. What a normie.
This brand said yes. I stopped outreach because I was relying on this brand to answer, and like they like pretty much confirmed it. They were just like, okay, like just confirm these deliverables, and then like we're all ready to go. They haven't answered since Tuesday. And I don't know what to do. We've sent them like 2 emails a day. I just DM'd them on Instagram like, hey, like Stagecoach is in 3 days, and like all of the Airbnbs are like getting booked up. They're so expensive.
It's just funny that she's like, you know, this obviously from her perspective, this issue is a huge issue in her life. Like, and it is just funny that she's like ranting about how hard this is in her life while she's like, you know, next to our private pool in our big villa, like what looks like gated villa. I just want to know, mentally, when she's posting this, does she actually feel like people are like, what is she wanting? Like, she knows people aren't gonna feel sorry for her, right? Like the way she's even set the camera up. This has got to be rage bait. Like, I imagine this has actually happened, but for her to post this, surely she would know that this wouldn't go down well. You know, you've got people that are just kind of, you know, like checking like around the house just for like a couple of quid so they can get the bus or whatever. She's complaining that she hasn't had like a £15,000 branded trip paid for. Obviously, we all know that this is like very out of touch, but just to offer kind of a perspective of how she would have got to this point, she will just be surrounded by other millionaires, other influencers. That's all that she will probably really speak to in this posh area that she lives in. And once they've been in that environment for like 2-3 years, they like forget what it's like to live normally. Like, this happens with so many influencers, and you see the effects of it. And this is why a lot of influencers tend to, like, the term is like fall off, because they forget like what got them to where they got to, like, you know, just being themselves rather than being this weird caricature of this just out of touch influencer. It's so strange. That was a very wordy way to say that, but I feel like I explained what I meant.
I never growing up had anything designer. You know, my mom wouldn't let me. I think I got my first pair of Louboutins when I graduated high school. It makes me emotional.
Wait, how much are Louis Vuittons? I don't even know how much they freaking are. Like, is that a shoe or is that a bar? £1,000 for a pair of shoes just because you graduated high school? Oh my, they better walk for us. If they're 1,000, they better be like Marty McFly's where they lace themselves. £1,000 for some Louis V's? I didn't even know they did shoes. I thought it was just like bags.
Designer. You know, my mom wouldn't let me. I think I got my first pair of Louboutins when I graduated high school.
I just want to know what like the other people in school were getting. Like, if she thought that she was one of the less fortunate ones because she had to wait until she was like, what, 16 to get some Louis Vuitton shoes. That's pretty crazy. That's the level I want to be at with my kid. Just like, yeah, actually, my kid was the first person to get some Louis Vuitton shoes. Actually, my kid's school shoes are Louis Vuitton. Nah, I wouldn't want that actually. That would be my biggest fear, that if I got like really rich and then my kids like ended up kind of being like one of the people in this video, I would be a little bit like, I feel like I've kind of knacked this as a parent. Okay, as a baby, that fella is married to the game. He's married to the grab. Baby, I don't want to know it, man. Get out. Not with me. Not that thing. Nah. Don't see that baby putting a link in bio. Get away from it. Hashtag dad. Knock the D off. Hashtag ad. I'm actually happy with that one. You've got to give us credit for that one. That was alright. It's the fact that he doesn't even have an eye on his child. Surely, would the photo not go harder if you had your child in it? Like, the child could just get nicked right now. And you'd be like, yeah, well, my angle's okay. Wait, do I look, can you go a bit higher? Can you, yeah, just make us look a little bit taller. Can you just get it right, please, first time? Pinterest's gonna love this one. If one day Chloe does give birth to our child, right, I'm gonna be like, when she's in labour having the baby, I'm gonna be like, love, will you just calm down? Can you just stop for a minute? I'm just trying to take a selfie and you're putting us off. Like, come on. Can you think of me for once, please? Christ. I wonder if there's actually people like that. There will be. Like, didn't Logan Paul promote his, like, Lunchly product, like, at the birth of his child? I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
We have our snacks and our energy drink. None other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course. We have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
This is, I knew this was a thing. This is absolutely wild. You know, your wife or your girlfriend or fiance, whatever this case is, just give birth to your gorgeous baby, your first child. And you're like, can we just get a brand deal? Like, the impressions on this are going to be absolutely crazy. Like, this is the perfect kind of platform for me to market my product. Please, love, just think of me. Again, it's the hashtag dad, hashtag ad. Come on, step forward.
Can I please get your attention? If anyone has a Louis Vuitton hold suitcase,
Yeah, me.
could you please come to the rear of the aircraft?
God. Are you serious?
Come on, JJ, get up. They need you back.
That
here,
is,
mate.
nah, no way.
That is jokes.
That is hilarious.
JJ?
The tag had just come off, so we just need to ID it.
Okay, well, you didn't need to ID it.
Nah, it's all good.
Just
It
come
was-
out.
it was all
Could
right.
the person
Oh,
with the
okay,
Louis
cool.
Vuitton suit,
That is
please come to the back?
Is it an original or is it a pen?
I think so. My parents got it for me years ago.
Yeah,
of course they did. Wait, so am I the only one with a Louis Vuitton suitcase?
There you go on, flex it again.
I don't think this one's that bad. I guess, like, you know, if, again, it's like, KSI within his circle, I imagine, like, every one of his friends probably owns a Louis Vuitton, something branded Louis Vuitton. I can't imagine these guys ever fly, like, publicly as well, so I can imagine why you would probably be shocked that no one else has. Although, you know, that's just not a normal thing. To be fair, though, you do see a lot of kind of, like, Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton bags, but they're just from, like, you know, they're from Turkey. You know, they're like a tenner. I always remember when I was 15, I went to Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, and I went into this shop, and I got a Dolce & Gabbana leather jacket. 15 quid. Nobody knew, apart from everyone when I first brought it home, because they were like, how the fuck have you got that? Honestly, I was the coolest kid on my street that day. Coolest kid!
Influencing is never going to be seen as a real job. People will give us less credit than an athlete because
I don't even want to know what the explanation to that one was. People will give us less credit than an athlete just because, you know, we don't, like, kind of dedicate our whole lives to this shit. Oh, God, like, who wants to do that anyway? There's no correlation between an athlete, I'm talking like a top-level athlete in their craft, and an Instagram influencer. There is no correlation here. Someone that has literally dedicated their lives from the age of probably like 5 years old to get to where they've got to at the age of like 30, to someone that one day posted a few Instagram photos or went on a TV show. There's no correlation. Also, like he said, influencing is never going to be seen as a real job. I don't understand what your obsession is with making it seem like a real job. Like, if I don't know who this person is, like, I'm not actually being like nasty or anything here. I think he's just not him. He's just an American influencer. Obviously, there's loads of influencers. So I don't know how successful this person is, but if you're doing well and, you know, it's working for you, like, why do you care what other people think? Like, why are you trying to compare it to a normal job, in your words?
If you're a guy in your 20s and you don't have a Lamborghini, you should actually sit down and have, like, a serious discussion with yourself as to why you don't have a Lambo.
Yep.
Well, okay. Better. Why don't I have a Lamborghini? I'm literally, I'm in my 20s and I don't have a What the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, everyone who's in their 20s has a Lamborghini who's a guy. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Okay, let this guy cook. I just want to hear the rest of this before I pass judgment.
Because I realize now that it's so incredibly easy and there's so much money out there, and 200 grand relative to what is out there in circulation and what you can grab, especially now with AI tools that you can leverage like never before, 200 grand is chump change.
See, this is the type of content that I really worry about. Not just young men, just young people in general consuming. Because basically this guy is saying that you're useless unless you have a Lamborghini in your 20s. I don't even want to know the percentage of people that own a Lamborghini in their 20s. It's going to be extremely low. I know it, like, when you're older, you realise that this guy is just like, you know, a bit of a knob. But when you're younger, like, I was susceptible to it when I was in my teenage years. You actually believe some of the things these people say, and you're like, oh yeah, well actually, like, I'm void of any purpose unless I actually chase materialistic objects. You're very impressionable at that age, and it's so sad to see that people can air views like this on a podcast. I know you don't really need to hear this, but if you don't have like a really nice car in your 20s, that's fine. If you've got great relationships with your, you know, your friends, your family, if you're just happy being by yourself, whatever it is, that is also success. Success isn't just determined by materialistic objects, which for some reason is pushed so much. Success to me is, can you pay your bills? Are you happy? Do you have good relationships with the people that you want to have good relationships with? Like, if all of that is in order, and other things, of course, to make you happy, then I would say that's success.
A luxury you can't live without.
A luxury I can't live without. Coffee. I really like good
It's
coffee.
not a luxury. You can get it anywhere.
I guess, yeah, I like good coffee. What's
I love coffee, too.
I like nice socks.
Socks. Your socks, would you put in your shoes?
Yeah, I really love them. I like kind of like, you know, cozy feet.
You're attracted to your socks.
I'm attracted to really nice running socks. Like, I'm always looking for good running
You know,
socks.
that's not a luxury, though. Coffee and socks are not a luxury.
All right, give me a luxury. What luxury should I have?
Private plane.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.
I like that this guy was saying just like socks and coffee. Like, obviously, I believe this guy's called Larry. He's like a podcaster. He is so far gone into being a millionaire that he just doesn't understand how someone can just appreciate like a coffee every single morning. A coffee for him is just a given. Like, he has multiple a day. But like, for this guy to be able to afford a coffee every day, that might be like such like, that might be his metric of success. That he's able to afford to have like a coffee a day. And he's able to get the socks he wants. Like, I'm like underpants. I remember like I bought this brand of underpants, and it wasn't like, you know, an expensive brand or anything, but they were the comfiest brand ever. I remember when I made like some money off YouTube, I was like, I'm gonna buy every like a pair of these underpants for 4 days of the week, and then obviously I can wash them for the rest. But I was like, that's unbelievable. So now I get the same feeling of comfort every single day. Are you kidding? I remember feeling like, get in, this is unreal, I can take the world by storm now. I love seeing this though. It's like appreciating like stuff that other people take for granted.
Not here, I'm filming, not here. I'm filming.
It's the shake of her head that, honestly, got no respect. I'm filming a masterpiece here. The fact that she actually said she was filming it. What is a masterpiece? Like, you reading the menu, is that a masterpiece these days? Like, I would call, like, you know, Michael Bay making The Dark Knight. I'd be like, that's a pretty big masterpiece. For her, this might be a masterpiece. You know, I don't want to be too nasty. I don't really know what a masterpiece is in this woman's universe. But you can't really blame the server for bringing you drink. He's just doing his job. Like, his job is for him to take your order and then bring you what you ordered, and you're not happy with that. How is he meant to know that you're filming? Like, it looks like you've just got your phone propped up here. Like, it doesn't seem too obvious. This doesn't seem like a, you know, like a DSLR camera level quality here. Like, it doesn't look like it's obviously a camera filming. And even if it was, he's just doing his job. You can't expect everyone else to just like abide by your rules.
I spend a few hours editing that video content. Then I have to work on my other social media profiles, whatever it may be, Instagram, whatever. I'm in meetings from 12 to 5. I literally just finished work and it's 5:19. Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds, try it for a day. It is not for everybody. In fact, it's for a very small handful of people who can actually do this job.
You heard it from this woman right here. And she's eating a Caesar salad, so she knows what she's talking about. Try living a day in my shoes, guys. Try living a day reacting now with touch influencers. You'd quit, you would. This is an absolute head loss, by the way. I will admit, okay, like, I will have... this is fun. Like, doing this job is as stressful as you make it. I don't know what stresses this woman out so much that she feels like it's the worst job on earth. It definitely isn't, right? I'd argue it's the best, personally. This is my dream job. Also, to me, like, being a YouTuber, and because of the community that I've curated, this is a very rewarding job for me. And when a job is rewarding, it doesn't have to be a YouTuber. It could be, like, you know, you could be a postman, and if you find it really rewarding, it makes it a lot easier, and the stresses are a lot more welcomed because you're actually emotionally rewarded for that, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just stumbling on my words here. So because you enjoy it and because you get a lot out of it, that makes it easier. If you hate your job, that's when it's hard because you don't want to be there. And this person has just completely missed the mark with this. Like, yes, they probably had a stressful day, but again, it's that influencer obsessiveness with proving that they have a harder life than people that work normal jobs. I don't know why so many people are obsessed with proving this. For what reason? What do you get out of it? Anyway, Donuts, I hope you enjoyed this video. Apologies if this was more just kind of like me. I feel like it was more of me just kind of getting stuff off my chest looking at this, because I see these type of videos all of the time. A lot of them are just kind of nonsense, and I feel like sometimes it just needs like an opposite opinion just to kind of balance the scale out a little bit, because you never really see like people just kind of going, yeah, this is just kind of bullshit. Like, especially within the space. So yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know, drop a like on this video. And if you want to see me react to some even more out of touch influencers, click this video right here. We've got a couple now, so go on a binge watch, enjoy yourself, okay? And I'll see you in the next one.
Kirkham, baby.